Welcome and greetings, uh, dear viewers. My name is Dr. Murthy. I am qualified with the doctorate in mechanical engineering. I have 2 decades of experience in teaching mechanical engineering subjects. I take this opportunity to sincerely extend my gratitude to Tutors Pride ITAP Awards for giving me this opportunity to give a lecture on a topic in my subject. We will go with the subject now. Today, I am going to deal a course called Fluid Mechanics and Machines for mechanical engineering students. This is a very important subject in many aspects, and especially the people who are writing engineering service exams and GATE, IIT, MTech entrance exams. This particular course has very high importance, and that too, today I am going to cover a topic called dimensional homogeneity and Rayleigh's method of dimensional analysis, which is very important in model analysis of fluid mechanics in real-time problems. Before I start the lecture, in this pandemic situation, I wish viewers please be safe at home, be at home, learn from home, which is a very significant quotation of Tutors Pride. So once again, I thank Tutors Pride for giving me this opportunity. So all of you, please try to follow Tutors Pride so that you can learn intelligently from home during this pandemic COVID-19. So today's topic is dimensional homogeneity and Rayleigh's method of dimensional analysis. At the end of this lecture, as a listeners or learners, you can summarize the concept of similitude between model and prototypes. And once we complete this course, you can recognize the importance of dimensions, units, and dimensional homogeneity in engineering problems. See, the most important thing the learner should understand is this is not only related to mechanical engineering. This particular concept can be applied to most of the core engineering problems. So from your intermediate knowledge, all engineering students definitely remember what is dimension and what is unit. So dimension, there are basically 3 types of dimensions that are used in general engineering purposes, but there are 3 more basic units or basic dimensions that are used in general depending upon the variation in the courses. So in general, mechanical engineering subjects or courses, we generally use 3 to 4 types of basic units and basic dimensions. So you might be knowing, you might be remembering all those knowledge from your intermediate. Basically, those basic dimensions are dimensions related to mass, length, and time, which we generally call MLT. So the first topic we'll try to understand in this particular lecture is law of dimensional homogeneity. See what dimensional homogeneity law says. See, homogeneity means it is almost equal everywhere. So dimensional homogeneity means it is equal or similar of dimensions. So what law of dimensional homogeneity says? Every additive term in an equation must have the same dimensions. So what does it mean? We will take one general example now. We will take a specific example to fluid mechanics. We will try to understand how this particular law of dimensional homogeneity will help to verify a particular equation, whether it is homogeneous or not. Suppose we consider a system which is changed from state 1 to state 2. If we consider the total energy of the system from state 1 to state 2, the total energy contains 3 basic terms. One is internal energy represented by capital U, kinetic energy represented by capital E, and potential energy represented by capital PE. So according to law of dimensional homogeneity, what we should understand, each additive term on left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side is delta E or total energy. Right hand side is U, KE and PE. So each term should have the same dimensions. That is what law of dimensional homogeneity defines. So we'll try to take a best example in fluid mechanics. So we know the best known fluid mechanics equation is Bernoulli's equation, which is represented by P by rho g plus V square by 2g plus Z is equal to constant, where P by rho g is called pressure head, which is nothing but pressure energy. V square by 2g is called kinetic energy. Z is called potential energy. It is similar to the general equation we have discussed just now. So what is our aim now to taking this particular equation? We have to verify that each additive term in the Bernoulli's equation has the same dimensions, and we have to find out what are the dimensions for this particular constant. So we'll take this equation, we will try to understand how law of homogeneity will help in finding or verifying these two particular things. One is verifying each additive term same dimensions, and another one is finding out the dimensions of the constant on right hand side. So we will start with the equation. We know P by rho g plus V square by 2g plus Z is equal to constant is a Bernoulli's equation. So what is the first additive term? We need to consider P by rho g. The only most important thing is each term here, P represents the pressure. Most probably the nullers might be knowing by this time. Rho represents the density, G represents acceleration due to gravity, capital V is the velocity, and Z is the datum head. C is the constant. So first additive term P by rho g I am taking. But what is our first aim? Law of homogeneity says the basic dimensions are, or dimensional formula is same for each additive term. So I will take first this additive term P by rho g, and I will take each parameter in this additive term. I will try to derive its particular dimensional formula. So what I will do, initially I will take pressure. So we know pressure is equal to force by area, and force from Newton's law of second law of motion, we'll do it is ma by capital A. This small a is acceleration due to gravity, capital A is area of flow, so m is mass. So we are trying to write down the units here. M units is kg, mass units is kg, SI units. A, acceleration due to gravity units are meters per second square. Capital A, area units is meter square. We will simplify this. Meters and meter square, one of the meter square will get cancelled. I will get kg, meters per second square. So these are the basic units. Kg is mass, length, time. So I am representing its dimensional formula, m power 1, kg power 1. M is in the denominator, it comes m power minus 1. M is nothing but small m, here it is not mass, it is meters. So it is units actually. So meters can be is nothing but the length dimension. So I will get capital L power minus 1. S square is in the denominator, you will get s power minus 2. S is second, so I will get t power minus 2. So I got dimensional formula for P. Similarly, I will try to write down dimensional formula for rho. Density is equal to mass by volume. Mass is kg and volume is meter cube. So I will get kg per meter cube. So what would be its dimensional formula? M power 1, L power minus 3. There is no second term in this particular unit. I will get t power 0. Now what is G? G is acceleration due to gravity. So I will get meters per second square is its units, we know. And we will get its dimensional formula, m power 0, L power 1, t power minus 2. Now what is my aim? I need to find out the dimensional formula for this total additive term. That is our main aim. So P by rho g means I am putting the dimensional equation for P in the numerator, m power 1, L power minus 1, t power minus 2, and m power 1, L power minus 3, t power 0 in the denominator for rho, and m power 0, L power 1, t power minus 2 for g in the denominator. So if you simplify, m1 gets cancelled, you will get m power 0, t power minus 2, t power minus 2 gets cancelled, you will get t power 0, and L power minus 3 is in the denominator, L power 1 is in the denominator, so you will get, if you add both, you will get L power minus 2, if you take it in the numerator, you will get L power plus 2, so minus 1 plus 2, if you add, you will get L power 1. So now m power 0, L power 1, t power 0 is the dimensional formula for this particular additive term. So now what is my next additive term? I am taking next additive term as v square by 2g. So that is why I have highlighted this particular term with red color. So we are trying to find out this dimensional formula for this particular additive term. So what we will get, v is nothing but velocity. Velocity is meters per second, and we have v square. Sorry, here there is a typo mistake. It is v square. So we will get meters per second square. We will get m power 0, l power square, t power minus 2. Similarly, g we have already done, meters per second square. We will get m power 0, l power 1, t power minus 2. So v square by 2g. What I will get for v square by 2g? V square by 2g is, as I told you already, there is a small typo mistake here. We will get, this is for v square. So directly v square, this dimensional formula I am substituting, and g, same dimensional formula I am substituting in the denominator. 2 is a constant, don't have any dimensional formula. So we will get again m power 0, l power 1, t power 0. Now what is the third term? Third term is z. So we are trying to find out what is the dimensional formula for z here. What is z? Z is m power 0. Z is nothing but elevation difference, that is length only. So we'll get m power 0, l power 1, t power 0. Now if you consider the total Bernoulli's equation, the first term is p by rho g. You please observe the color code here. It is black, it is green, and it is blue, it is red. So what we can write from the earlier slide, we got m power 0, l power 1, t power 0 for p by rho g, and v square by 2g also we got the same, and z also we got the same. So the law of homogeneity is applied and verified in the three terms of LHS. And what is on RHS? See, according to law of dimensional homogeneity, right side also should have the same dimension. So we will end up with m power 0, l power 1, t power 0 dimensional equations of dimensional formula for this particular equation. So the constant has these particular dimensions, and it is verified that all additive terms have the same dimensional formula. This is about dimensional homogeneity. So how it helps actually in mechanical engineering? When we want to develop some empirical relations, or when we have an equation already developed by somebody, if we want to check whether it is valid or not, first we have to check its dimensional homogeneity. Once we know how to check the dimensional homogeneity, generally in fluid mechanics, suppose we need to manufacture a big turbine. It costs a lot, it involves a lot of time. And suppose we manufacture the turbine and we end up with the negative results, all the cost, manpower, everything incurred on that particular manufacturing of turbine will be wasted. That is why there is a concept called model analysis. Initially, we will make a model, we will develop a correlation, we will match the correlations. How to develop that correlation? We will develop that correlation by applying dimensional analysis. So there are basically two methods of dimensional analysis methods. We will take the initial method, that is Rayleigh's method, which is simple, but simple for only some sort of problems. So we will try to understand the procedure of Rayleigh's method. We will try to apply this Rayleigh's method to a particular problem, and we will try to understand how to develop empirical correlation for a given problem. So this method involves the following steps. We will discuss the steps one by one. But remember, this method is easy for the problems having 3 to 4 variables. Why it is so, we will try to understand. The first step is gather all the independent variables that are likely to influence the dependent variable. Suppose I have a problem, real-time problem, or a problem is given in your exam. What we have to do is, we have to first identify the variables, and we have to divide them into two parts. One is a dependent variable, another one is independent variables. So next what we have to do, suppose capital X is the variable, dependent variable, which depends on independent variables x1, x2, x3, and so on, xn. We have to write down a mathematical form of it from your mathematics basics. Capital X, which is a dependent variable, which is a function of or f of all these independent variables. Now this function I have to replace with some mathematical expression. How to replace it with the mathematical expression? I am replacing first with a constant capital K, and all these variables will have some power numbers, x1 power a, x2 power a, x3 power c, something like that. So there are a to m constants of independent variables from 1 to n, which decide the dependency of a dependent variable in this particular problem. See, it becomes a bit ambiguous to understand this, but remember, we are trying to 100% we are trying to apply this problem for a particular example, and we will try to understand. Once we get this, very easy, we apply law of dimensional homogeneity. So all these terms must match with their corresponding dimensional powers in left hand side. We will develop some equations. We will get simultaneous equations in all the powers a, b, c, m. We will solve those equations, and we will get the values of a, b, c. We will substitute in the main equation. We will get the dimensional formula. That is the method of Rayleigh's method. Very simple. We will take an example now. So here, if you consider the example says the time period small t of a pendulum depends upon the length capital L of the pendulum and acceleration due to gravity small g. Derive an expression for the time period. So we generally, as a mechanical engineers or any type of engineers, when we go to real-time problems, we need to face a lot of problems. We need to mathematically model that problem, during which we need to develop some mathematical equation wherein we need to apply this particular dimensional analysis. So it is very, very important in theoretical analysis. So this small time period t, fortunately, this problem defines already there are some variables t, L, and g. And the problem itself says small t is dependent variable, Lg are independent variables. So the first step has been done already. So what is the second step? We have to represent in a mathematical form. So I am writing dependent variable small t is equal to f of independent variables capital L and small g. Once we get this, we will try to represent this in an equation form. We are removing this f of function with some small constant k, and L power small a, g power b. We have taken two constants a and b. Now, what we are trying to do? We are trying to apply dimensional homogeneity. Very simple. T is time. We know its dimensional formula m power 0, L power 0, t power 1. Capital L, it is length dimension. So we'll get m power 0, L power 1, t power 0. And g, acceleration due to gravity. Already we have derived in the earlier example. We will get m power 0, L power 1, t power minus 2. So what is the equation? If we substitute all the dimensional formula of this particular variables in this particular equation, we will get m power 0, L power 0, t power 1. That is for t, which must be equal to k. It has no dimensions, constant. L power a, L power 1. So we will get L is what? Capital L is what? M power 0, L power a, t power 0. Yeah, because L power 1 actually here, a is there. So we have put a here. G has these dimensions that we have put inside the brackets, and it has a power of b, so I have put a power of b. Now, applying dimensional homogeneity at this particular level of this particular problem, we have to match up all the powers of m from left hand side to right hand side, L from left hand side to right hand side, similarly for t. So what we will get? M power 0, L power 0, t power 1 will be equal to m power 0 plus 0, I will get 0, L power a plus L power 1 into b, I will get a plus b, t power, here it is 0, here I will get minus 2b. So if you equate now, applying dimensional homogeneity, what you will get? 0 is equal to a plus b, equating the length powers, and again 1 is equal to minus 2b, equating the powers of t. So 1 is equal to minus 2b ends up with b is equal to minus 1 by 2. If you take this b is equal to minus 1 by 2, substitute in this equation, we will get a minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0, wherein we will get a is equal to 1 by 2. Now take a is equal to 1 by 2, b is equal to minus 1 by 2, and substitute in this particular equation, t is equal to k, La, g power b. So what we will get here? T is equal to k, L power 1 by 2, and g power minus 1 by 2. G power minus 1 by 2 means what? It is in the denominator g power 1 by 2. So ultimately we will end up with k root L by g. So this is the final equation of t is equal to. So we have derived an equation applying law of dimensional homogeneity and Rayleigh's method of dimensional analysis. What is the disadvantage? We have mentioned already. This method can be applied easily for 3 to 4 variables. there are two variables, so I got two equations. There are 10 variables, I will get 10 equations. So I have to solve 10 simultaneous equations, which is a very, very tedious process. Ultimately, it leads to a lot of time consuming. That is why there is one more method that is called Buckingham Pi method, which is a better way and easy method when compared to Rayleigh method. In coming classes of Tutor Sprite, we will try to understand the next method of dimension analysis. So at this point of time, I will try to close my lecture, but before closing, we will review what we have learned during this particular lecture. What we have learned? We have learned that there is a concept called law of dimensional homogeneity, which says all additive terms will have the same dimensional formulae. Now, applying those dimensional formulae, we can develop mathematical expressions for any given real-time problem. For that, we have checked what is a Rayleigh's method in this particular lecture. So, at this point of time, it is my sincere, I will sincerely extend my sincere gratitude to Tutor Sprite for giving me this great opportunity in giving a lecture for all the learners in mechanical engineering, not only in mechanical engineering, in all core engineering subjects. During this pandemic COVID-19, this is a great idea of Tutor Sprite for doing be at home, safe at home, and learn from home, which is a great idea of Tutor Sprite. Once again, I thank you. Thank you for listening. Thanks a lot.